Hey guys, Sam here, and welcome back to another FIFA 18 experiment. In today's experiment, we are doing a subscriber-suggested experiment, which is very exciting because it's been a while since I've used one of your guys' ideas. However, I want to apologize to the person who actually suggested this because I've gone back and looked, and I'm not sure where your comment went, but I actually cannot find this comment. I saw it just a couple of days ago. I didn't print screen it when I saw it. I thought I'd come back to it. And somehow it's disappeared. I don't know where this comment is. I'm sorry if this was you, but it was a great suggestion, and I thought, why not do it? Let's see how this will turn out. And as you can tell by the title, today what we'll be looking at is PSG taking on the rest of Ligue 1, a whole league versus one team in that league. And I think this will say a lot about the league if PSG win it. I think that would say a lot about the French league in general, so I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in today's experiment. If you guys go on to enjoy today's experiment, please do leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new around here. But without further ado, let's take a look at the two teams. Right, so the PSG team, I didn't have to do anything with the PSG team. I haven't changed anything. This is the latest downloaded, updated version of PSG. Cavani up top, Neymar on the left, Mbappe on the right, Draxler, Verratti, and Rabiot are the midfield three, with Kurzawa, Silva, Marquinhos, and Dani Alves as the back four. Areola is in goal. The bench, of course, they've got the likes of Di Maria, Thiago Motta, Lo Celso, Munier, Yuri, Kimpembe, and Kevin Trapp. And on the reserves, recently acquired Lassana Diarra, Pastore, Ben Arfa, and then they got some of their youngsters, and Kunku is a pretty good player. Other than that, I don't see any of those players getting in the squad. But this is the interesting part. The rest of the league and the rest of the French league all in one team, heavily influenced by the likes of Monaco, Marseille, Lyon, of course, but there are some other players in there, so it is a very interesting looking team. Radamel Falcao and Mario Balotelli up front, Nabil Fekir just behind him, Lamar on the left, Torven on the right, with Fabinho and Luis Gustavo as the two defensive midfielders. The back three are made up of Marcelo, Glick, and Perrin, and the goalkeeper is Subasic. On the bench, they have Balde, Keita, Dimitri Payet, Seri, Moutinho, Lopez, Rami, and Anthony Lopez, two Lopez's, if you could believe that. And on the reserves, it's Ruffier, Malcolm, Jovetic, Mariano, Sanson, Depay, Dante, and Jemison. So obviously the starting 11 for PSG is a little bit stronger, but the depth is definitely on the French league side. What we're going to do is put these two teams in the French league and see how they do. What it'll come down to really is who's more consistent, because the rest of the league is going to be weakened. Who can go out there and get the points week in, week out, and who can beat each other. That's also a very important part of this experiment. Okay, so before we take a look at the halfway point, of course, we have to get through today's first game. It is a French Ligue 1 all-star team. I don't want to call them Monaco, that's the thing. It's their home game, so without further ado, let's kick off here. And it's going to be a huge game here. I can tell it's going to be huge. These two games between these two teams is going to be so important for the points tally. Neymar gets a goal in the 24th. Torven gets one in the 25th as we enter the second half at 1-1. It is a draw. You got to be honest, PSG will probably be happy with the draw. It's not the best result for either team, but the home team is more expected to win as we enter the last 10 minutes. Can either of these teams grab a winner? Yes! Kylian Mbappe can grab the winner, and it is a 2-1 away win for PSG. And that is a bit of a warning sign for the French league team there. PSG are not going to be easy to beat in this experiment. Alright, so halfway through the season, that is what the league table looks like. Already a 15-point lead to PSG. Undefeated in 19 games. Monaco in second, of course, but only 2 points ahead of Marseille. Wow, same goal difference as Marseille as well. Same goals scored, same goals conceded. It's not like PSG's goal difference is huge, but they've been going out there and picking up the results when needed. And most importantly, they're undefeated as well, so that's huge. In the relegation zone, Lyon is down there, the only real surprise, but not actually a surprise because they have been weakened quite a bit. Troyes and Angers are also down there, but who really cares, honestly, at that point? Before we look at the end of the season, of course, these two still have to play against each other. So without further ado, let's take a look at how that second game goes. I think Monaco are down and out at this point. 15 points is huge, but if they want to have any chance, they have to beat PSG. But I just don't see this happening. I see PSG just running away with this now. Okay, second game here. Now a PSG home game, and the French league team needs a win. It is that simple. It's going to be difficult. Neymar's already put PSG up 1-0 in the 11th minute, but They have to bring it back. Fekir does bring it back in the 28th minute and gives the French League team a bit of a chance here to maybe win this game as we enter the second half, and they need to get this second goal here. Fekir gets it. It's 2-1, and it's short-lived as Mbappe makes it 2-2 with about 10 minutes left to go in this game. I don't see a winner happening, and it ends 2-2. And my word, Fekir giving that French League team a chance, a potential there of picking up the 3 points, but PSG hold out for the draw. And that 15-point lead looks like it's gonna go untouched, so let's see what the table looks like. Right, so at the end of the season, that is what things look like. PSG not going undefeated. 74 goals scored, 24 goals conceded with 96 points on the board. So they extended their lead from 15 points at a halfway point to 21 points at the end of the season. They were just an absolute juggernaut throughout this season. But maybe you could also say that Monaco, or the French League side, underperformed a little bit. 7 losses from the best of the best French League players apart from PSG. That's a little bit shocking. Only 8 points better than Marseille. I don't know. I feel like this French League team underperformed quite a bit. 7 losses is a bit too much for really what is almost an all-star team, really, is what that is. I mean, compared to the rest of the league, they're literally the best players from all the other teams in the league, and they lost 7 times. I think that's a real underperformance there from the French League team. PSG, however, just dominating. Nothing really to say there. At the bottom, Lyon were able to get out. I don't know if that really means anything, but Troyes, Lille, and Strasbourg all going down to the second division. In terms of the top goal scorers, that is what things look like with Edinson Cavani on 21 goals. Germain for Marseille, who stayed in the Marseille team, 16 goals for him. And taking a look at the French League team, Balotelli is the only name I see. 11 goals on the board for him. That is a little bit surprising. I would have thought that maybe a couple more players would have been there. Speaking of a couple more players, PSG did have another 2 players that featured in the top 15 apart from Edinson Cavani. Julian Draxler with 12 goals, and Angel Di Maria also chipping in with 11 goals. In the assists category, Stefan Jovetic made a big impact, 8 assists for the French League team, and 2 PSG players in there. Neymar with 6 assists, and Julian Draxler with 5. So taking a more in-depth look at the statistics, that is how the season panned out for the French League team. Seemed like a very well-rounded scoring effort from the French League team. I mean, everybody got a piece of the action. Balotelli, of course, with 11 goals, 3 assists. Jovetic with a really good campaign, in my opinion. Probably the best campaign out of any of these players. 10 goals, 8 assists in 21 games. That is absolutely mental. Fekir playing all 38 games. He picked up 9 goals, 5 assists, which is not too terrible as well. Falcao only playing 11 games this season, 4 goals and 1 assist. Balde Keita getting 3 goals in just 5 appearances. PSG side of things, Edinson Cavani, of course, with his Golden Boot winning campaign, played all 38 games, 21 goals, also brought up 3 assists. Julian Draxler, of course, 12 goals and 5 assists. He got that in 25 appearances, which is very, very impressive. Mbappe only playing 19 games. He picked up 5 goals, 5 assists. Neymar only playing 5 games, 4 goals, 6 assists. I mean, PSG absolutely dominated, and it looks like they didn't even try to play their best team week in, week out. Neymar and Mbappe getting huge resting time there, only playing half a season. I mean, that just speaks volumes to the talent of this team. That is it, guys. That is the end of today's experiment, and that conclusively proves 100% without a doubt PSG are that much better than the rest of the league. I mean, it was a great experiment. Honestly, it was a good suggestion. Thank you to the person that did comment it. I'm sorry I couldn't give you the credit that you very much deserved. But this was a great experiment. When I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I have to do that because I was genuinely curious. I'm like, is PSG really going to outdo the rest of the league? And they did. They absolutely smashed the rest of the league. And, wow, yeah, what a campaign from PSG. But again, I think the French League team, like I was saying, really underperformed. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you have any other FIFA 18 experiment suggestions, do leave them in the comments section below. And hopefully those comments won't disappear. And if I use one of your ideas, you will get the credit in the video. But that is it, guys, for today's experiment. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new around here and you want to stay up to date with the content. But that is it, guys. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you did enjoy today's video. I hope you had a good day. I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Keep it real.